Hey YouTube, Poor Penmanship Planner here, coming at you with another video. So this video, I'm going to be setting up my budget for June, but I wanted to have a small chat with you guys first. I've now been budgeting consistently for April and May in circumstances that are not normal, right? Things are closed. I have to stay home, which I don't mind really, but I can't go out to eat or do things that are normally my temptations, right? And it hasn't been bad. It hasn't been bad at all. I just don't think that I am budgeting the way that I should. I think I am making sure my bills are paid, making sure I consistently tithe, because that's the most important thing, is that I can consistently tithe. And after that, it's kind of like, okay, all your bills are paid. You've put some money away in savings, because I have like 2 savings accounts, but the rest I spend. And I just don't think I should be doing that. And I don't think that I am, when I'm budgeting and setting it up by paycheck, I don't think I'm really doing anything with like that remaining money, and maybe I need to put it somewhere, or if I have something left over, I can keep a cushion and then put the rest away. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to set up my June budget. I have to say, my Deluxe monthly planner has been so helpful. Before I would never remember what bill was coming out of what account and what day, but using this has been really, it's been good. I mean, it's a planner, right? It helps you plan your life, but it really has helped me plan, and it's helped me get my bills in order, and help me recognize how many bills I have. So for June, I'm going to set my planner up like I normally would. But what I need to do differently is, I guess, how I budget, or how I budget that extra money. Funny thing about June though, if I'm 100% honest with you, it's my birthday. It's my godson's birthday. It's my, car registration and driver's license renewal. And it's also the renewal for my navigation automatic starter thing in my car. And I normally buy school supplies for my niece, for my godsons. So I have that to do as well, because the lists have come out. So June is going to be a true test, because everything is opening up slowly but surely. Things are opening. I haven't really left the house still, but things are opening. So I'll have my temptations. I have expenditures really that are outside of the norm for the month of June. So I need to figure it out. I have to figure it out. So it's really all I wanted to talk about was the struggle. The struggle is real. But I mean, I'm just going to keep doing it, because at some point it's going to be right. At some point it's going to work. At some point that light bulb is going to go off, and it's going to be, this is what works for me. I just need to get there. And it's only been 2 months, right? 2 months under unusual circumstances. So I really shouldn't be beating myself up about it. But that's neither here nor there. If you guys have any suggestions, is there something that you do for your budgeting that you find that works? I'm open to any suggestions you have. Any comments, just put them in the comments below, and I can see if those will work for me. So with that, let's go ahead and get this planner set up. Okay guys, so let's get started with our budget for June. So I had purchased already May and June sticker kits from Shea Budget Shop. So I'll be using these for June. And I realize now that I have to do my June budget now, and not when I would normally do it. I'd probably wait till like the end of the month. But I have to do it now because I get paid 3 times this month, and my last check in May has to pay for my first 2 weeks of June. So I need to figure out what's all due the first 2 weeks of June so that I can budget accordingly. So we are going to get started with June. So as I said previously, June is a pretty busy month for me. it's my birthday, it's my godson's birthday, like I said, some renewals and stuff like that. So I have to do more in June than I normally would do outside of my regular bills. So, and also those renewal things happen to come up in the first 2 weeks of the month. So funny how that worked out. So we are going to get started first with getting it set up. And this I know is my favorite part because, you know, I get to lay stickers. Yay! I am like that person who loves to sing and sings out loud and with all of their heart, even though they can't really sing. So that's me and stickers. I love laying stickers. I love it with all of my heart. It is so much fun and what makes budgeting fun for me. But I'm really bad at it. So it's okay. We are going to get these stickers laid. So let's start out with a plan. So I know this sheet here is going to be for these two. So for here and here. Okay. And then I will use one here, because that'll be for my 2 paychecks for June. And that leaves me with a third. But I don't know if you guys remember one of my last videos, I was talking about how I didn't know how to use this income budgeted actual strip here, so I didn't really use it. But I watched a Shea Budget video where she was setting up her basically her budget for I think the month of May, and I saw how she used this and I was like, oh, that's how that's supposed to be used. So I am going to use this now as well, which means I'll be using another page and I will use this one for that. So that's going to be our plan. Now what I have to decide though is if I am going to put my income and bills and expenses on this page or if I'm going to use like this page. So I have to make a decision about what I'm going to do. And last month I put it on this page, but there's a lot of flipping back and forth. We'll make that decision in a moment. Not sure how I feel. So let's get started laying our stickers. Where is my main one? I just had you. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here we go. With my favorite thing to do. As you remember, I have to do it upside down because that's the only way I can get it even partially correct. So I don't want to go over the numbers. There's another issue I have. It sticks before I'm ready for it to stick, which I hate. That's not helpful either, so. All right, so let me first figure out. So with that, move it here. Sunday. Monday. I still covered up my dates, but just a little bit, so not a lot. And this one is not going over, so yay, got that one. Whew, it's like surgery. And now we have to do it again on this side. The other ones aren't so hard to do because they don't have like days and dates and stuff. So if it's a little off, it's not that big of a deal. But this one, I have to make sure is right where it is supposed to be without going over. So let's see how we did on this one. All right, not bad. I wish I had more of the date showing, but I'll just have to remember that that's the 6th right there. It might be a little off center. I could have moved it over, but I am not going to do any surgery today. use May as my guide. So we will put our June sticker, if I can get it off properly. There we go. So we'll get, I brought my tweezers out because I'm like, okay, this time I'm gonna lay them properly, but that's just me hoping, because it never happens, even with my tweezers. They're cute though. Okay, so that's June. And then here is where we decided I'm going to put one of these. So let's do that. I'm gonna put that there. It's over a little too far, but that's okay. That's okay. So we're going to do it again here. And there we go. So those are going to be my paycheck pages. So this will be first paycheck. These are so delicate. So this will be my first paycheck. And this will be my second paycheck. There, that'll be my second one. Okay, looks good so far. Loving it. Now to make a decision, I think I will use this page to do my income, budget, and expenses. So here we go. One more. And we'll put this here. Like so. And again, didn't go over the top, so yay, that's good. And this is going to be my June budget. So with my June budget, I'm going to use this income strip here. And I'm going to put that down. I'll put that down here, like so. And then I will fill that in. Again, I have to use May as my example because it's the first time I've done it. And then bills and expenses will go here. I only have one source of income, so I only need one line. Okay, so easy part's done. Now we have to get to the hard part. So let's take a look at May so I can make sure that I take care of everything I need to take care of. So I'm not gonna have a car note because that's paid in May. So I will have rent. This will be for rent. Okay. I also have my tithes, which would not be until I pay it there, and I pay it again here on Flag Day. Okay, just trying to get the big ones that I can think of. My renewal for my car, the navigation automatic starter thing, is here on the 10th. And because the state I live in is so awesome, they like to give you a birthday present on your birthday where you have to register your vehicle. Now, where I grew up, you registered your vehicle based on where you, when you purchased the car. So if you purchased the car in April, your registration would be due on April. Here, however, in this lovely state, it's based on your birthday. So it doesn't matter when you buy the car. For your birthday, you get to register your vehicle, which is awesome. It's so much fun. Now, granted, I can do it online, but you know, I wasn't budgeting before, so I wasn't doing very well in that. So on the 9th, I have Netflix. Now my Sirius XM radio, I determined that I was paying one of the higher tiers, and I don't need to because I only use like certain parts of it. So I changed to a different tier. And as a result, that changed my due date. So Sirius is now on the 24th instead of the 9th where it was previously. Let's see, let's do that on the 25th. So I have, goodness gracious, it's all in a row here. No, that won't be the 25th. So the 29th, it'll be the 2nd. So on the 2nd, I have an Afterpay payment due, and it is my last one. I like things like Afterpay and FlexPay from HSN and stuff like that because I get to buy stuff over time, which is great. So let me get my pen so I can start writing some of this down so I don't forget what it's for. So this will be for rent. This will be for registration and driver's license. This will be my Afterpay payment, and it's the last one, so that's number 4. This is going to be Sirius XM. This is my Blue Link renewal. This is Netflix, which is a normal one for me. This here is my tithes. Alrighty. So looks like we got half of the month done. Okay. I've already made my final QVC payment, so I don't have another one of those coming out. Hulu is on the 11th. Oh, that is not on the 2nd. Here I go. This is not on the 2nd. This should be on the goodness gracious. So pay that on the 25th. It should be on the 9th. And again, yay Shea Budgets for making great stickers that allows me to move them after I've already sat them down. So that should be here on the 9th. Yes. Like I feel like this side is a little empty. I need some stuff over here, but so let's do our paydays for June. Wrong one. I am just out of order here. Our June paydays. So the first one will be on the 12th. And then the second one will be on the 26th. Okay, those are paydays. So I also know on those 2 days I have because I pay half of my car note every paycheck. It's just easier that way for me instead of doing it all at one time. And another car note here. There we go. I need to make a payment on my water bill, which I'll do on the 1st. Yeah, I'll do that on the 1st. So this will be my water bill. And this is car. Okay. On the 17th is my subscription box, the only one I get, and I'm not gonna give that one up, so I will have to make sacrifices somewhere else if need be. So this will be my Simply Gilded subscription box. Now I need to work through, let's see, Hulu's on the 11th. Kindle Unlimited and iTunes. Hulu is on the 11th. One thing I can tell you about doing this is, if you look at how many bills you pay in a month, oh my goodness, so many. Like, I feel like I have way more bills that I pay than I have, you know, paydays. That's, I don't know. It's not like they should match, but it would make me happy if they did. Though I did used to work at a company that paid me weekly, and weekly is just a whole lot easier to, for budgeting, I find. So this is going to be iTunes. And my Kindle Unlimited is here as well. So this will be iTunes and my Kindle Unlimited. I don't know why this blue stands out, or this aqua greenish blue or whatever stands out a little bit more than, let's see. I have to get my Disney Plus. Disney Plus is going to be a requirement. That's on the 27th, because they have been so kind as to work with Lin-Manuel Miranda to release Hamilton on Disney, as opposed to waiting until October of 2021 for it to go to theaters. So if there's one thing I'm sure that I will be paying, it will be Disney Plus, because I love Hamilton. Slightly obsessed with Hamilton, actually. So there's that. Okay. So 28th. Like, I'm running out of bill pay stickers because evidently I have way too many bills. But I do it to myself, right? So I can't complain. So on the 29th is going to be HSN number 2. Now, I don't feel like what I purchased from HSN is frivolous. I got a carpet cleaner, which I need because my dog has gotten older, and as she's gotten older, her bladder has gotten weaker, and it's just better to clean the carpet than spot clean it, which is what I have been doing. And then the second one was a printer, because I don't have one, and now with, you know, working from home and things like that, there's things that you need. So I did that. And there are some bills that move for some reason, and I have to figure out where they belong. So I need to do my cable is in here somewhere. My mobile phone is in here somewhere, and I just have to figure out where it is, because with my mobile phone, I was always paying behind for some reason. Not like turn it off behind, but behind just the same. And I need to figure out where it's supposed to be so that I can pay it on time. That's what I need to do, but that's gonna require me to log into the site and look at my bill and all that good stuff. So what we're gonna do now is add our budget by paychecks. So it's gonna use these purple ones, but I think the blue ones may be better. Let's see if I have enough of them. I think I do. I think the blue ones may be better. So we'll use these instead. So again, I got these are printables that I got from the Budget Mom. And these really do come in handy as well. Sometimes. I was doing it earlier and I'm like, what do you do when you get down to the bottom for your bill total and left over and it's a negative number? What do you do? Now, in my last video, I talked about the spreadsheet that my friend set up for budgeting, which, I mean, it's an awesome spreadsheet, but there are times on that spreadsheet where it's a negative number. It just is. So what I need to do is figure out also, because also what I haven't done is carry over funds remaining in my account to the new tracker. So I have to figure out how to do that because all I do is take, my income coming in that month and then the bills to get that total, when I actually have more than that because I have funds left over in my account that I need to account for. So that number that came up negative really wouldn't be negative because there's money in the account to cover it. But I just have to, I guess, figure out where to put that, figure out how to get that budgeted properly. So that is another thing I need to do. There's a lot that goes into, budgeting. It is not just reconciling your checkbook or, just keeping track of your bills. Because, there's things you want to do, right? So I want to go to Savannah. I want to do different things. So I need to budget for that and I need to make it work. So I need to figure out how to make all that work. And like I said in the beginning, this budgeting is a work in progress for me. It's not something I've always done. I kind of just get paid and pay my bills and call it a day, but sitting down and looking at it is better, I think. Plus, I'm a grown-up and I need to do grown-up things. Got to get my adulting on. So, because of that, I'm trying to be better. And I need to save money for, Christmas gifts and things like that. Stuff I didn't really think about before. I just wait till Christmas came around and then I would spend. I wouldn't budget. I wouldn't think how much I'm going to spend on each person. I would just spend. So that also is not a good thing to do. So here we would have June. And my first paycheck in June is the 12th, I believe. Yes. Be 6/12. My second paycheck in June, I determined was 6/26. June 26. So, I mean, I do like the setup. I do like the way that it works. And using this last month really helped a lot as well because I have 2 pay dates and I have 3 accounts that I pay things out of that I also was just, when I do this, I just kind of put everything together. I don't break it down by account. This helps me break it down by account so I can see exactly what's left over in that account. So This might be helpful too for me figuring out what's left for me to use for that next pay, like to pay those bills so I don't end up with a negative number. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm using the best process for budgeting, because every month I find something that either works or doesn't work and I need to do something different. So that is what I am going to do. I am going to try this new way out. So I'm going to put my bills and expenses here. I'm going to keep track. This I haven't had a problem with. This works great for me. And even this works, but it has some room for improvement. So I find that I'm using, you know, multiple sheets, and it may not be the best way to do it. I might have to figure out, maybe I should budget not only by paycheck, but budget by account. Like I think what this is doing is like budgeting by account. Maybe that's the right thing to do. I feel like I have more questions than I have answers when it comes to my budgeting, but again, you got to start somewhere, right? And this is where I'm starting to see, until I can figure out what works for me, because I just don't know what works for me. I'm not sure the zero budget way is the one that works for me, unless, you know, that leftover money that I don't have like in a sinking fund is just going to be savings. Like that's where that money goes. It goes to the savings account. I don't think about it. I don't think about my savings account as an overdraft protection, which is what I do. So yeah, so this is what June is going to look like. So June, again, work in progress. I've got it set up though, so I can have my income, have all of my bills, which I think this is kind of challenging as well, because as you can see, based on the number of bills I have in here, I don't know if this is going to be enough lines. So might end up spilling over into one of these other ones anyway. So we will see. Again, I thank you guys for watching as I put this together and ramble through exactly what I'm going to do to make it work for me. If you have any ideas, have any suggestions, please comment that below, because again, I'm open to suggestions to figure out how to do this better. I know there aren't really suggestions on helping me be more disciplined. That's just something that I'm going to have to do and come with time, which is fine. So I'll do that. But again, thank you guys so much for watching me get my budget set up for June and talk through what I hope to do. Again, if you could be so kind as to comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, it'd be greatly appreciated so that I can talk about in July if this worked for me or what new thing I have to do for this month. So we will figure it out. And I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. So thank you guys so much. And that is all. So happy planning. Bye, guys.